Hi, let me take this opportunity and welcome you to Ask Mnqobi podcast, which is my namesake podcast. What I see in society a lot of times is, as humans, we don't know where to start with life. We don't know how to deal with the realities of our own lives. Who do I ask? How do I know what's the right answer? How do I do this right? Is there anyone who's there who cares for me? In this podcast, we're saying we welcome it all. Ask Mnqobi is the same as Ask Simon or Ask Whoever, where I then go to my experience and share from the deep recesses of my soul some of the lessons. Yes, I've faced failure, I've faced struggles, I've faced challenges, but I've come out strong. But instead of just standing and saying, I did it all, here's my t-shirt, I'm saying, use my story, be the inquirer, ask the questions. And as they say, in life, it's tabula rasa. You're born with a blank slate. It's clean, it's pure. Your life experiences are what will dirty or canvas this tabula rasa. Life doesn't have to be that difficult, doesn't have to be that impossible if you have somebody to ask. And I'm availing myself to say, ask me anything. How do I find the right partner? How do I start a business? How do I know I'm doing the right thing? What about my purpose? Is there a God? Bring them all. But also even ask about those things you may be shy about. And let's discuss these issues together. Because life is lived better when we can all then find our spaces in the canvases of each other as we relate better. So I'm told at about 85, I might have been 3 or 4 years, that as a young person, I was very sickly. So sickly, they thought I was going to die. This one time, a prophet was visiting my community, and my mother, having tried all things, thought, I'm going to see Prophet Mbata and pray and ask what to do for my son and about my son. In fact, I was so sickly that they thought I was really dying. My mother then went there. It's a 30-kilometer journey on foot. When they were there, a prophet, early hours of the morning, saw something in the spirit and said, there's a woman with a boy child that is so sick he will die tomorrow. Please come forward. My mother says she waited, not sure if this was her story, but eventually she stepped forward and she came to the prophet. Prophet Mbata, that's my son. His name is Mnqobi. He's sick. What can I do? And the prophet says, I have something for you to do. Tomorrow morning, get a white chicken. It must be live. Put it on his head. If it rests for longer than 5 minutes, he will die. But if it jumps off, he would live. And my mother sent my cousin to get this chicken. Late in the afternoon, with the storm coming already, they put the chicken on my head. And my mother says that was the longest 3 minutes of her life. Yes, the chicken jumped off in 3 minutes, lied next to me, and I was brushing it, it died. Some say it was there to take my life or my death. This is when then I got to realize I was just more than Mnqobi. So if I were to summarize my story, it's that all that I've gone through has been propelling me and preparing me for such a time as this. My story, my life, all of it is part of the greater gallery of life, where I'm saying, you don't have to suffer what I've suffered. You don't have to pay the school fees that I've paid. Therefore, being a Mnqobi man, I became a conqueror at a young age, and I still conquer to this day. Here I am then sharing that story with you, and I'd like to hear your stories too.